We're gonna pan. Scott, this is your ride. Pimp your ride. Tell me the specs on this thing.
Slammed.
Slammed. Dirt nasty low. It's literally in the weeds. What's under the hood? Go flip the hood. Let's show them what's up.
Kind of like a 3.4 Corvette.
It's got saw blades.
Saw blades. You can't see them, they're in the grass.
So what's this? Big block Chevy?
500 cubic inch.
Yep. 500 cubic inch motor. Is this all motor, nitrous?
All motor. We got spacers, and we're going to lower it even more with spacers.
Mm-hmm. Not the spacers. This thing's bad. All motor.
I need a spare.
What is up, guys and gals? This is Brandon, and I am back with the budget Integra build. I have the full day today. This is Saturday, November something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get as much stuff as I can done today. I was planning on trying to get the motor all slapped together and put it in the car, but my brother was supposed to help me. He's actually got to help somebody else today, so he'll be coming over later. So that is actually going to hold me back, and I don't know if I'll be able to get everything. But we'll take you along for the ride. And I also am going to try to use the GoPro head mount to show off like some point of view wrenching. I don't know if it'll turn out really good, so we'll see how it does. So okay, so the current state of affairs with the build is I have the head on and torqued down. Let me get this off of here. The head's on, torqued down, head gasket's in, of course. Intake's already on the head. I figured I'd just leave that on there, make it easier to drop in and get out. But I have not torqued down the bottom end, so I'm going to flip the motor over and torque the bottom end down. If anybody wants to see any other part of this build, everything is recorded on my channel. From all the way when I bought the car, blew it up, rebuilt it, did a head gasket, like all that stuff, tuned it. So if you want to go check that stuff out, like, subscribe, and go back to my old videos, and everything's there. So I've tried to pride myself on recording almost basically every nut and bolt of significance that gets changed on this car. But yeah, so probably the next step is I'm gonna flip this thing over and torque those rod bolts down. So yeah, let's switch over to head cam. All right, guys, so I got the head cam on. Hopefully I have it adjusted correctly. I think this is like best field of view to see everything. But I'm gonna flip this motor over and get access to the bottom side. Let's see here. Alright, so here is the cranks in there, then these are the mains right here, and then these are the rod caps with the rod bolts. So I'm going to go over and go ahead and do those, torque those down, and I'm going to go with the GSR spec, which I believe is 2 steps. The first step is 15 pounds across all of them, and then bump it up to 30 foot-pounds across all of them. And these are the ARP bolts, so they can hold even more than that. But I'm not sure about the threads on the eBay rods. That's what I'm actually worried about. I'm not worried about the studs or the ARP bolts. So we'll get out this the old school trusty torque wrench. Then let's see here. We'll need this for turning the motor over. And you know what? Dang it. I gotta go run up to the store and get the socket for that, because it's like a it's a 12 point some kind of little special socket. Well, it's not special, but I don't know. I got some 12 point. Let's actually see. I might have it. It's a 12 point, like, oh, there it is. It's a 12.7/16. And now I just need an adapter to go from 3/8 to 1/2 inch. So, all right, well, let's come right back. So I'm gonna run up to the store and I'll be right back in 1, 2. All right, boom, there it is. So I now have the little adapter so we can tighten down the rod bolts. Alright, and I'm going to go, in, like I said, in 2 steps. The first step is going to be 15 foot-pounds. So now I'm going to jump up to 30 foot-pounds. It's very relaxing, you know, building motors. This is the first one I've technically done by myself with like basically limited to no help. Well, I guess I do get some help. I get the help of the like entire worldwide YouTube, because y'all always help me out. Okay, so now the bottom end is torqued down. The mains I did not even crack loose, so the mains in theory should be good. A lot of people are like, oh, do it, and a lot of people are like, don't. Everything spun pretty good on this bottom end, so I'm erring on the side of it probably doesn't need anything. That may come back to bite me, or it may not. So we'll see on that. So all right, I'm gonna get this this video camera off my head so I can do some other stuff. All right, so now that's off my head. Boom, I'm back. Okay, this is back on my big camera, but I'm going to clean off right here. This is for the oil pickup, and then I'm going to clean off around the hole where the gasket goes for the oil pan, and I'm going to get ready to put the pickup on and then the oil pan on, because essentially now the bottom end is done. I don't think I forgot anything. I mean, what else can go down there? Alright, so here's the old oil pan, and that's how I had it welded for the bung. I'm actually, since I got a new oil pan with the other motor, I'm going to redo that. My buddy Sebastian's going to be welding it on there, and this is the new pan. Well, new to me. It's all scratched up and stuff. I cleaned it up, but I'm going to do a new bung, and the idea is maybe like an elbow or something like angled up, so that way when I slip the pipe on it, it's just like going straight into the pan. Because that one, I was afraid that one was blocking some of the turbo up, or some of the oil from draining as fast. So right now I just bolted this on. I obviously can't get the welded right this second, but I just want to get the motor sealed up as fast as possible and everything on it that I can today. So yeah, I almost forgot the windage tray there for a second, but I did remember it and I got it on there. So yeah, I guess next order of business is getting the motor in time and getting the timing belt on. So it's a good thing I didn't put too many valve cover bolts in, so I didn't just pull that valve cover back off and throw her in time. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to do the timing belt. The easiest way to figure out, and this actually took me a while before I actually like understood it all, to figure out top dead center, is if you look right here on the block, there's like an arrow, and then you see that mark on the gear for the oil pump. Yeah, that's our dude right there. So you gotta make sure that's lined up with that, and that means your top dead center cylinder 1. And what I do sometimes is even stick a bolt down in there, and if you turn it over like either way, left or right, here I'll do it while it'll go down. See, down, and then let me flip it around and it should go right back up. And then once we get it lined up, that's all the way top dead center cylinder 1. So yeah, little quick tip for you there. I've messed up timing these motors quite a bit, so I've learned a little bit along the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this timing belt on. Y'all don't really care to see that. I've done it before in past videos, so you can go back and check that out if you want to. But I'll be checking back in later. Alright guys, so I've been fighting with this timing belt for like over an hour now, and I was like, you know, it just seems to be coming up too short. Well, this is a LS timing belt, so it's for a B18A or B. And then I got down here and I looked, and what does this say on the water pump? It's a 22 tooth water pump. A B18A or B is not a 22 tooth. I believe it's actually a 20 or 19, one or the other. But so I looked it up online, and that's a GSR water pump. So evidently whoever had this block before me was running an all motor setup, which explains those high compression pistons that were in the bottom end when I took it apart. But I gotta go grab a water pump. I knew I should have just replaced it from the beginning. But yeah, so I'm gonna go grab one of those and I'll be back. Keeping advancing business. Alright, Doug, you take over the channel.
No expensive spare, got a new water pump.
Alright, are we rolling?
We've been rolling.
Okay. As you can see, it's buttoned up top to bottom. Timing belt's on, it's in time, hopefully. Alternator, brackets. It's getting ready to be dropped off of the engine stand and put the transmission on, but I'm running out of time for tonight, so this is probably the stopping point.
Let's look at that fresh water pump. Oh,
yeah, new water pump. It's like a small trail of smoke.